Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. This is an Empties video. I don't know how in the world I go through so many products because I feel like my Empties bag is constantly full. I literally just posted an Empties video like 2 days ago, but here I am. So let's just get to getting. I always start with candles. So first I have a soy wick candle from Target. It's a 2-wick and it's in the scent Sweet Spun Sugar. It smells exactly like cotton candy. It was an absolute delight and I really liked it. The only thing I don't like is that it has 2 wicks because they're just, I don't know, 2-wick candles just aren't my thing, but it was cheap and good and I would repurchase it. I have a few 3-wicks from Bath & Body Works. This was from a summer collection. It's called Blue Bungalow. It has Swaying Palms, Salty Breezes, Golden Rattan, Cane, and Sweet Grapefruit. It was just a really nice, fresh, like summery scent. I would definitely repurchase this if they brought it out again next summer. Vetiver Sandalwood. This was one I kept downstairs in the man cave, and ooh, it has such good like scent memory. So this one had vetiver grass, velvety sandalwood, and warm musk. I didn't burn it that often because I'm just like not in the man cave that often, and Travis doesn't always burn, I don't know. It just didn't get burned that often. So this has been down there for like a full year, and so it really gives me those memories. This smells amazing, and it reminded me of kind of like a Jo Malone type of scent, very high end. I've not seen this come back to Bath & Body, but if it ever does, I would for sure repurchase it. This is one I just burned through. It's Leaves, which is like their best-selling, most popular fall scent. This packaging is super pretty, and fun fact, I actually never have gotten a Leaves candle ever, even though it's like the most basic popular fall candle ever. So this year I was like, okay, let me do it. It has crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice, and I would definitely repurchase it. It was super good. It comes in like a bunch of different packaging styles because it's so popular. The last ones I have, this one was also from Bath & Body Works. It's a single wick, and this was cinnamon spiced vanilla, which is fresh ground cinnamon, sugar crystals, and Tahitian vanilla bean. Really pretty marble packaging, and I burned this in my kitchen. I'm obsessed with the scent. It's one they have all the time, and I would definitely repurchase it. In fact, I have others of this in 3-wick too. And then I tried for the first time ever the little wax melts in my kitchen. I am a huge fan. You can get them from several places, like Target has like a bunch of different brands. I've heard like Walmart, Fred Meyer's if you're in the Pacific Northwest or somewhere that has Fred Meyer's. Scentsy is like an online brand, but these are from Bath & Body Works. So we had Island Margarita, which was an amazing one for summer, and then I did burn through a whole one of Leaves, which is that same scent. Keeping in theme, let's move on to our gentle foaming hand soaps from Bath & Body Works. I have Chill Out, which was summer suntan, warm sandalwood, coconut water, lemon zest. Cute, love it, but I mean the problem is you're not going to be able to purchase these because the season's over. And they do things very seasonally. Vanilla Boardwalk Vanilla Cone, Marshmallow Fluff, Vanilla Bean, and Creamy Caramel. Cute, cute, cute. Ocean Citrus, this was another one from the summer, Clean Water, Lemon Zest, and Bergamot. And then the one I just used up, Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte. This one was Creamy Pumpkin, Toasted Marshmallow, and Warm Praline. This one does come back like every fall. Moving on to body stuff, I'm going to start with something that was actually pretty disappointing. This is the St. Tropez Gradual Tan in Shower. Like, yeah, it's a shower self-tanner. I got mine in the shade medium to deep. So this was something I got at the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I had actually gotten a sample of this in Birchbox way back when, and I remember not being a huge fan. But that was back when I was still like not super convinced with self-tanners. I've kind of taken a turn and I'm a little bit more experimental and into them. I also happened to get the medium to deep because the reviews said that the color doesn't show up very much. So I thought, well, let me get the deep one instead of the light one. I'm a very fair girl. This dark fall lipstick is like only highlighting that or accentuating that. So I got the deep one thinking, okay, great. Barely any color showed up. The other thing with this is in a way it's cool in theory because you shower, then once you're done, you put this on, you wait for 3 minutes, then you rinse it off, then you go about your day. So in theory, it's nice because there's like no mess and you wash it off and you can just immediately put your clothes on. But standing in the shower for 3 minutes is like not the business. Like it's just awkward and weird, and like I have a really hard time like standing still and waiting. So, and then to top it all off, the color payoff wasn't even there. So if it would have been there, I could have like made it worth it, but it wasn't, and the smell wasn't that great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't that great. So I would not repurchase, nor would I recommend. I'm using a different one right now that I love. It's by Tan Luxe. It's the Gradual. That I do recommend. Okay, here's an eye makeup remover. This is the Lancome Bifacil eye makeup remover. This is like a cult favorite product from Lancome. It's really good. It definitely takes off eye makeup, but I will say this, I find that no matter what makeup remover or mascara or eyeliner I use, like that's just a hard place for product to fully get off for me personally. So yes, this worked. Yes, I recommend it, but it's also kind of expensive, so take that with a grain of salt. Kiehl's Creme de Corps Nurturing Body Washing Cream. I want to say this is like my second one of these. I don't know. I already have a backup. I love Kiehl's, and this whole Creme de Corps line is really nice. This is like a super hydrating, awesome body wash that's creamy and it really lathers, and yeah, I really like this. I definitely would repurchase. I have repurchased. Another thing in that same Kiehl's Creme de Corps family is this. This is the Creme de Corps body lotion. I had the giant massive 1 liter bottle. This is like a bestseller for them. I have already repurchased this, and I highly recommend this lotion. It is a bit expensive, but to me it's worth it. It's just like the best lotion ever. I think getting it in the liter bottle is the best value. It has a nice pump. It looks pretty in your bathroom. Like, there's not really much of a scent. It's just kind of a natural scent, and then it just sinks in so well. It's just really good stuff. I go through these all the time. This is my Donna Karan Cashmere Mist deodorant. I am considering more and more switching over to natural deodorant, because I just know that it's like better for you, but this is just so good. So yes, I recommend it. Two more. I have a shower gel from Bath & Body Works, Fresh Coconut Colada. It had coconut milk, vanilla rum, and pink hibiscus. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It smelled like an amazing tropical drink, and if they bring it back next summer, I will definitely repurchase it. Oh, and it lathers really well too. I took a break from Bath & Body Works shower gels for quite a while, but then when I worked there over the summer, I remembered, like, why did I ever stop using this stuff? It's inexpensive, really fun, good scents, and it works. So another Bath & Body Works product that I had was this. It's a clay-based body scrub with lavender and sandalwood. Working at Bath & Body Works really like got me going again with like body creams and scrubs and all these things that I kind of was like too lazy to use before. So this was great. I like that it was clay based. It was effective yet not drying. It smelled nice. Good stuff, although it was limited edition, so sorry about that. For skincare, I'm going to start with two Kiehl's products. This is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I really love this. This is one of their best sellers. This is a product where it's like absolutely no frills. Any skin type can use this. There's no SPF, there's no scent, there's no nothing. It's not too light, it's not too heavy, it's just right. I use this every day as my daily moisturizer, and then I would put SPF on top. I do think you could do it for nighttime, but I'm very over the top and I have a specific nighttime moisturizer. When it comes to like winter, as we're getting into the colder months, especially if you have dry skin, this probably would be enough for day, but maybe not enough for night. But anyway, I definitely recommend it. It's really great. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Another Kiehl's product that I do recommend is the Calendula Deep Cleansing Foaming Face Wash. I'm a fan of all of their face washes. I'm a fan of Kiehl's in general, if you can't tell. But this is such a nice, gentle face wash. It's made with calendula flowers, so it has like a really soft, clean, kind of citrusy scent. I don't know where the citrus comes from. It definitely cleans my skin. It lathers really well, but it's not stripping at all. It did not irritate my skin. It did not break me out at all. I can have very problematic skin, and this only seemed to help, not hurt. I love it. This is something I've bought about 100 times. It's the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. It's cheap, it's effective. I use it as my morning like cleanser, to be honest, because it's just quicker and easier. I take off my makeup with it. I've noticed the last few bottles, I'm not like, it doesn't really have a scent, but at the same time, there's like a, I don't know, like an after scent in there that I'm not crazy about. So part of me wants to try a different micellar water, but the problem is I go through it so fast. I don't really want to convert to like an expensive one. Do you know what I mean? If you have recommendations, leave them below, please and thank you. Michael Todd Beauty Blue Green Algae Antibacterial Face Toner. This was my first Michael Todd Beauty product. I got it from Birchbox. I used to hear quite a bit about it on YouTube. I haven't in a while. It's a brand I've been wanting to try for a while. So I'm always on the hunt for a good toner. This is one that I decided to use during the day because again, I'm extra. I have a daytime and a nighttime one. So it's antibacterial. Again, I have acne prone skin. I can have problematic skin. So I wanted one that was going to be like gentle and like not totally drying yet effective. This definitely seemed to do that. It was described as kind of being for that. It's like for problematic skin, but it's not something that has like all these crazy intense like salicylic acid and all this stuff that's going to totally dry out your skin. It's like a gentle approach at it, and I have repurchased it. I don't know if I'm like totally obsessed, but I like it. I like the way it smells. It's kind of like minty. Yeah, I like it. This was a fresh face mask from Lush. It was the BB Seaweed face mask. These are the ones that are like refrigerated, and it had seaweed, aloe. Oh, I guess that's it. Seaweed and aloe. So this is to kind of like calm your skin. Oh my gosh, I just got, can you see that in the camera? Ew, I think there's mold in there. And now it's all over my pants. Well, that's like the good and bad thing about Lush is that it's like fresh ingredients, but then they go bad, you know? I mean, everything goes bad, but mostly if it's like fresh and handmade. So this was a really nice face mask. I love Lush. They're just fun, good for you products. It was like a little bit exfoliating and just like soothing. So yeah, if you have like irritated skin, I would recommend this one. This was a small little guy, but I thought it was worth mentioning. This is the Sunday Riley Ceramic Slip Clay Cleanser. I do believe they just repackaged and relaunched this. I'm a huge fan of Sunday Riley. This was something my mom gave me. I think she got it in like a Birchbox or something. This was like kind of strange. The texture is very bizarre and the smell's not that great. Actually, maybe I don't have that much to say about this. I don't know. I didn't dislike it, but it was just okay. It's made with French green clay, lava clay, vitamin C, neroli, black pepper, frankincense, jasmine, and sandalwood. Whoa, that's a lot. So, I don't know, but the smell's not like good to me, and it was kind of a weird hybrid of like feeling like it wasn't really cleaning. Like, I don't know. It was just okay. It wasn't bad. But I don't think it's worth the money for me personally, but try it out if you love Sunday Riley. Moving on to hair, I have a couple of Batiste dry shampoos. This is a full-size one in the Vibrant and Fruity Neon. Most people on YouTube know about Batiste. It smells really good. It's like an inexpensive, fun packaging, good smelling, works well dry shampoo that's easy to get. So yeah, I've repurchased these time and time again. I like to try the different scents. Another Batiste one that I got was a travel size one. This was for brunettes, so it was like dyed with brown dye in it, because brunettes out there, you know the struggle of like white cast with your dry shampoo. It worked well and it was okay. Like, I did like it. I would repurchase it, probably not in the full size, just in the travel. The thing with brown dry shampoo though is that like if you ever get like wet or sweat or like, I don't know, you run the risk of having like the dye come down or come on your hand. So I just don't love the idea of that. Not that this really did that to me, but it's just something to keep in mind. You know what I mean? But yes, I would repurchase it. This was also just like a little guy, but I thought it was worth mentioning. It's a Moroccan oil, light hair oil in the light version. Okay, the smell of Moroccan oil products is phenomenal. Like, do they make a candle in this scent? I think they might, and I think I might need it. I absolutely love the smell. This small bottle lasted me a long time. Hair oil is good just to put at like the ends or like wherever you feel you need extra moisture or whatever. So I definitely recommend this. It's a little bit pricey to get the full size, but I think it'll last you forever and it smells amazing. So yeah, check it out. My last category here is makeup, and I only have like a few true empties. The rest of like what I have left is just going to be declutters, but let's talk about the empties. Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. It's like their best-selling, I mean, it's like a cult classic product. I'm going to say this though. I've been through like 2 or 3 tubes of the full size at this point. not back to back, but like probably in the last 6 months. I don't love it. I used to love it. I love the packaging. It does make you look like voluminous full lashes. However, it dries out really fast. It smudges and it flakes. So I'm gonna have to say that I'm kind of over this mascara. I don't hate it. It's not the worst. It definitely has good qualities, but to me, the good aren't like totally outweighing the bad. So another mascara that I had was the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume in Waterproof. This is one that has a more spiky, like bristle. To be honest, I had purchased this before going to a wedding because your girl needed waterproof mascara for a wedding and she didn't have any. In general, I'm not a massive fan of waterproof mascara, but they serve like a purpose at times. This was really good. I'd be interested in trying the non-waterproof version. I know Lash Blast is a really kind of best-selling CoverGirl mascara. Yeah, it's hard for me to give this a review because I don't really love waterproof mascaras in general. So I don't think it was this mascara's fault. That's just like a personal thing. But it was good. It gave me volume. Okay. Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz Pencil in the shade Dark Brown. These are great. These are cult classics, yada yada. Not too creamy, not too stiff. It's great. However, the spoolie broke off. And you know what? I have a second one of these where the spoolie broke off. It's in my drawer right now. So that's annoying. I did get these during Ulta 21 Days of Beauty where they were like only $11 instead of $20 or whatever it is, but like that shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? When the spoolie is there, it's really good, but like don't break, you know? So yes, I mean, if you can get these on a deal, I'm all over them. If they're not on a deal, maybe try something else. I just bought the Anastasia powder. I actually have the brow powder on today. That's gonna last you a long time, a lot longer than this, so maybe try that. Speaking of things that last a long time, I just have to mention this one while, you know, I'm here talking about Anastasia. This is another Anastasia brow product. It's the Dip Brow Pomade in medium brown. So this is like kind of a declutter, kind of an empty. It's not entirely done, but let me tell you something. This pot is supposed to last you 6 months. That's what the thing says on the bottom. There's so much pomade in here and you do not need very much to fill in your brows. This will last you forever. So it just got to the point where I definitely had to get rid of it. There are pros and there are cons to this product. I have a scar in my eyebrow. I don't know if you can really see it. I did fill it in, but I mean, it's definitely there. See, when I get closer, you can see it. So this is pretty intense and it helped me to like fill that area or give you a lot of color and shape and like all that. But it's messy. It is a pomade, so it's easy to work with in a way, but pomade is just like a difficult product by nature to work with, and so, you know, you can run the risk of like smearing or something, whereas like a powder or a pencil like won't necessarily smear if you don't set it with brow gel. This is gonna smear more easily. Not that it does, but it can more easily. Also, like I said, it's just messy, it's goopy. I was finding that my brow brushes, like I had to wash them all the time, which is not bad. You should wash your brushes, but like it would just get caked on the brush and like I don't know. So I think it got worse as as it got older. I do like it. I just think that like pencils and powder are a better way to go. Maybe if you're like a makeup artist or like whatever, you do certain types of makeup, this would be better, but I probably won't repurchase it. Here's a foundation that I actually love to death. There's a little bit left in here, but it was just old and time for it to go. It's the Milani Perfect and Conceal Foundation Concealer 2-in-1. I have this in the shade 01 Creamy Vanilla, which used to be the lightest shade that they made. They have since expanded their shade range. So this is an affordable drugstore foundation. It's in a glass bottle, has a cap and a pump. What more could you ask for? Well, it's like amazing full coverage, but it still looks natural. I definitely recommend this for like nights out or if you're really struggling with your skin. I discovered this at a time when I had horrible things happening to my skin, and for the first time in my life I understood what people meant when they talked about being like mortified to even go out in public or let anyone see you without makeup. That's when this came into my life. And so if you ever feel that way, you have bad acne or I don't know, rosacea or something that you're just struggling with, this is a really great foundation. Beyond that, it's great in general. If you want full coverage, even if you don't have problematic skin, I mean, have at it. Or for like special occasions, it's really good. This was a concealer that I was not wowed by. It's the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer. I had mine in the shade C1. It's a very, very light toned concealer. I love the packaging and I love the price. And I love the wand actually. But for starters, this smells like straight up paint thinner. At Ulta, I actually smelled some of the other ones on the display to see like, did I just get a bad one or an old one? But no, they all smelled the same, like paint thinner. This wasn't bad. I just don't think that it's that great, and I think there are better drugstore concealers because this one's about $7, and the big hype was that this was compared to Tarte Shape Tape. Well, no, it's not. It is pretty high coverage. It is kind of drying like Tarte Shape Tape, but it's like even more drying. Again, the smell's not great. Like, it was way too dry for under my eye. Like, I made it work, but it just wasn't ideal, and I would consider repurchasing it, but like, I prefer the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind if I want a cheaper one. Even though this one has a tiny bit more coverage than the Maybelline one, I still prefer that one, that Maybelline one. This is a face setting spray. It's the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist. It's something you can set your face with or just refresh. You can kind of treat it like a Fix Plus. I like the way it smells. It's kind of citrusy, but the thing I don't love about this is the spray. This is like a travel size, not a full size, but I would not repurchase this. I've reviewed this before. I think I had another one of these small ones before. It's like good enough to use up, but it kind of leaves those big water droplets on your face instead of like the fine mist that so many sprays have nowadays, that like if your spray isn't, or your nozzle isn't like up here, like you can't compete, you know? This is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This was a like 100-point perk or something, or I don't know, on Sephora, some type of perk. This is the like original berry scent. All the packaging has rubbed off, but holy buckets, this is good. It smells amazing. It works amazingly well. You can wear it as like a lip gloss, honestly, because it leaves a sheer pink rosy tint. I love this stuff. The actual container is huge. It's literally huge, and a little bit goes a long way. I know they have a few other scents as well, and there's like a holiday set out at Sephora right now that I might get, but I think there's also like a Korean website where you can get these for cheaper, because I want to say Laneige is like a drugstore brand in Korea, so because of that it's cheaper there. Regardless of like where or how you get it, this is good. Like, really good. Okay, the last things I have are like kind of empties, but kind of just declutters. It's kind of like a mix of things that I just was like, you know what, I'm over it. Let's say goodbye. First one was the Soap & Glory Peaches and Clean Deep Cleansing Milk. It says it melts away makeup. So it was in this pump. It's this like creamy formula. The packaging's adorable. I love that it has a pump. It smells so good. The smell like kept me hanging on to it for longer than like I should have probably. It smells peachy and like just fresh. It's supposed to be like a cleansing milk. Yeah, not a balm, but a milk. No. This hardly removed makeup. Maybe if I had like a really light face on, it would, but I would always have to go in with eye makeup remover afterwards. So then I would like kind of use it just as face wash, like when I had no makeup on, and that was fine. It didn't break me out. It didn't do anything bad. I don't know. I've had it for too long and I haven't used it, and so I really wouldn't recommend it. I wish I would, because it's like I want to love it, but I just don't. This is a ColourPop Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade Clueless. It's kind of like a dusty, I don't even know if it's dusty. Maybe it's like a mauve pink, kind of matches the jacket I have on. I really do like this. I love ColourPop. The words all rubbed off. Clueless, I love the name. It's like a really pretty, like fun color. Some people complain about this Ultra Matte formula. It never really bothered me that much, but I think it's because I've had it for a little while too. Like this last time I wore it, like it was just way too dry, and it would do like the inner lip crumbly thing. I was like, you know what, I I've been purchasing a lot of like lip products lately. I've kind of been on a kick, and so this one has served its time. It's a beautiful color, it's cheap, so if you like really want it for a certain look or whatever, like go for it, but it's just time for it to leave. Another lipstick that I feel that way about is this from MAC. It's called Capricious. It's a luster. This one's kind of like a pinky berry. It has some shimmer in it. It's pretty, but I just needed to declutter. I'm almost done with it, but I was just like over it. So I wouldn't repurchase it. Another lipstick, this is from Urban Decay. I don't even think they make it like this anymore. They probably still have this shade though. It's called Native. It's a really pretty like nude, like a nudie, kind of peachy pink. It's pretty, but you know, I just wasn't reaching for it that often. It's a little bit too light on my skin tone. It's a little bit too cool toned, so I'm over it. Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the color Sin. I love the primer potion. The original primer potion is like what I use basically every day, except now I'm using the Paint Pot by MAC, but this is what I've typically used. This is a colored one, whereas the original and like the anti-aging are not. They're just clear. So this one has like a shimmery gold champagne vibe to it. You could wear this on its own. It's also really pretty to put. Sometimes I would do this all over the lid and then do like a highlighter on top, like MAC Soft and Gentle, and it was just like the easiest, most beautiful thing. But I've had this for a really long time and I use it like once every month, if that, and so I was just like, I don't need this. Like, I can just use regular primer and put something shimmery on top if I want that all over. And I have other shimmer, like, I just don't need it. So, bye-bye. Okay, last product that I have. Makeup Forever Ultra HD Translucent Pressed Setting Powder. Technically, I guess it kind of is an empty, not quite a declutter, because you can see that ring, it's just about gone. Makeup Forever is a great brand. This is one of their popular products. I think their loose version of this powder is even more popular. Typically loose translucent powders sell better or like are more popular than pressed. In general, I prefer pressed powder just like in life because pressed powder is just less messy. But I will say in terms of translucent powders and like setting powders and baking and all the different things you can do, loose is kind of necessary. So for me, this was good to put in the T-zone. This was good to absorb oil, keep me like matte in the T-zone, set the under eyes. Like it was fine, it was good, I used it, but it was nothing to write home about. In fact, even the loose one from Makeup Forever is not like my favorite in the world. I prefer the Laura Mercier, the Too Faced Peach Perfect, and then I'm dying to get my hands on like the Hourglass one that's new. Cover FX I've heard has a really good one. So like it was okay, but it's just not the business. You know what I'm saying? Okay, per usual, that was probably like, I don't know, 30 minutes long at minimum. But I appreciate you watching if you stuck around. I'm trying to wipe off these swatches with not a ton of luck. I'm gonna let you guys go. If you would like to subscribe, it would make my whole day. And I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye.